Hi there. Well, it's the end of 2022 and we're moving into 2023. So, where am I through all of this nonsense? Well, I know it's not nonsense, but some of what I've been up to is. I guess a little recap of where I have been and where I'm headed might be a good way to end one year and start the next. First of all, I always categorize myself as a gear geek. I'm trying to get away from that, and I'm serious this time. I am trying very hard. Yes, I still have too much gear. No, that's not going to really make a difference. I'm not going to rush out and get rid of everything and buy a Leica Q2 or something silly like that. Not that Leica Q2s are silly. It's a camera I'd love to have, but let's face it. Right now I have gear that is quite capable of producing images to the best of my ability. I don't need new gear. I don't need new lenses. I don't need new cameras. I don't need anything. Maybe a few bits and pieces, bits and bobs as the Brits say, but nothing major. As a result, I'm focusing a lot more on the process of taking pictures, processing the pictures after the fact, and really trying to find my way through the mess that I have created in the past of disjointed images. So, what have I been doing in order to aid in that particular plan? Well, I got back to an old project. The Lego Me project from a few years back has resurfaced, this time as sort of a little comedy of Lego Me in the Christmas village taking pictures. That's just fun. And if you can't just have fun with your photography, then, well, if you're not a professional, why do you do it at all? Fun, I think, is the number one aspect of any artistic endeavor, especially for an amateur. If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong area. So that was just fun. A friend of mine was producing a lot of really high quality images, but there was a certain sameness to them. And so between us, we decided to start a little project. And this little project involved setting a challenge each week of, say, 5 images. And those 5 images had to fit either a technical agenda, such as, okay, everything this week shall be in black and white. It could be everything this week shall be with the widest lens you have, in order to get you to use that wide lens. Some of them were, because of the time of year, some of them were things like, 1 week of holiday pictures. What it has done is gotten me thinking a lot more about the pictures I've been taking. And it's gotten him out of his rather singular direction that he was in before. So both of us have benefited greatly from it. Before I did this video, I had started a video where I had talked about the fact that I'm not a street photographer, but I have shot a lot of street photos. I'm not a portrait photographer, even though I have had a couple of portrait gigs that were, paying jobs to produce quality headshots. I went on to talk about how, I'm not a landscape photographer. However, the only images anybody's ever asked for prints of from me have been landscape images. And I'm not a wedding photographer. However, I have shot, quite a few weddings. So basically, I was pointing out the fact that I'm no longer a gear geek, but as a photographer, I'm rather running off in all directions, you might say. And that's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing if you're trying to make a living at it. It's a bad thing if you're trying to build a portfolio in order to entice clients. It's a bad thing if your only point in life is to see how many likes you can get on Instagram, in which case, of course, finding out what people want and producing it over and over and over again will work for a while. No, I'm doing photography of what I want, of what I like. And sometimes it's things that other people also enjoy. Sometimes it's something that only I can sit back and have any attachment to. And folks, if you don't take anything else from this video, please stop worrying about the gear you're using. Stop worrying about how technically accurate your images are. Stop worrying about all of these things. If it's reasonably well focused, if it's reasonably well composed, and if it brings you joy, then it's a good photo. And that is pretty much all that I want to get across with this message. I hope this holiday season has been nice to you all. I hope you have managed to do some things with friends and family, and hopefully you took a few pictures. So that's about it for today. This, as I said, is just kind of a transition from one year to the next. And I guess I'll see you all again in 2023. Bye for now.